Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing with Gary at Coolsmartphone.com from my glamorous office studio. Today we have something rather big and chunky. It is the new OnePlus. Now it is indeed the OnePlus 10T. Don't worry, this is not the size of the box you will get when you buy it from a retailer. It's bigger than my head. This is just a retail demo, non-retail demo box, but we do have a OnePlus 10T in there, and if you join me on the flip side, you will be able to see the unboxing of this phone now. So here is the new phone from OnePlus. Normally retail box wouldn't be quite so big. This is a special review box. We lift that off and we can see we've got the phone in the middle with "Evolve Beyond Speed" as the tagline. Pop that to the side briefly, and then we've got a little drawer at the bottom here, which will no doubt have some goodies in there. And we can see we've got two different cases, so we'll pop them out. Get rid of that big box. So, got two different cases here. This first one is the Glacier Matte Case Grey, which looks quite cool actually. Looks like it's got these perforations that allow you to see the colour. And then our traditional sandstone black bumper case, which looks like it's your more traditional texture, harking back to the original OnePlus phone. Nice red box, very little branding on it. I'm guessing the retail version will have all of your IMEI and details on there. So we now pop the lid, and then we've got our standard information on top, which has welcome stuff, safety information, quick start guide, and of course the OnePlus logo stickers. And I'll go back in the box and probably be never seen again. Then we've got our phone sitting on top. So we'll get that out and pop it to the side for the moment. See what else is in the box. A chunky charger, and then our standard OnePlus red cable. So this is going to be Type-C to Type-C on both ends. You can just about see the Type-C connectors in there. And it looks like it's a fairly standard OnePlus cable. This is what's quite interesting though, especially as this is now the second device I've had that can charge at up to 150 watts. And this one is actually branded SuperVOOC. Whereas the actual smart charging technology, I believe, no, it is SuperVOOC. So SuperVOOC charging, 150 watts output. It'll be interesting to see what else this can charge, because I've also got a couple of laptops that can do USB-C charging, and I know that they haven't been able to charge them in the past. However, this is what we're really here for. The OnePlus 10T in jade grey. Now on the back we can see it's kind of a plasticky glass or glass stick almost. Very, very smooth, very, very slippery. And then you've got your camera array. Now within the camera array we do have various different sensors. So you've got an IMX766 main sensor, which is a 50 megapixel size with a pixels size of 1 Ultra M, 7p lens, OIS included, electronic image stabilization included, focal length of 23.6mm equivalent, and an aperture of f/1.8. You've also got an ultra-wide camera, which has got 8 megapixels, a field of view of 119.9 degrees, so call it 120, pixel size of 1.12 UM, and an aperture of f/2.2. And then you've got your macro camera at 2 megapixels with an effective shooting distance of 2.4 centimeters. You've also got loads and loads of different camera features built in there. I'm not going to go through them all. They will be in the unboxing post that accompanies this video. Your front camera, oh, you've got a dual LED flash ring up there, very much like on the OnePlus 10 Pro and OnePlus 10. You've also got the, OnePlus 10. I don't think there is a 10 Pro. I could be wrong. You've also got your 16 megapixel front facing camera, which has a 1 ultra megapixel pixel size, EIS, 25.8mm equivalent focal length, and an aperture of 2.4. The cameras will, the video for the back is 4K at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second, 1080p video at 30 or 60 frames per second, 720p again at 30 or 60, has slow motion support, 1080p is 240 frames per second, and 720p is 480 frames per second. You've got time lapse built in there as well, and that covers pretty much most of that. As for the actual dimensions and sizes of the device, you've got a 6.7-inch screen with a resolution of 2412 by 1080, so 394 pixels per inch, refresh rate of 120. It is a adaptive refresh rate, but it is not LPTO, so it can not go all the way down to the 1 Hz that we've seen in other devices recently. Bit of a shame, but you can get 60 Hz, 90 Hz, and 120. Aspect ratio is 20.1.9 to 9. Sorry, it's an AMOLED. Sorry, a fluid AMOLED. 1000 Hz touch response rate. It is sRGB, display P3 and 10-bit, and it supports HDR10 plus. It is Corning Gorilla Glass on the front as well. So I'm just going to quickly run through the setup. So I'm just going to pause this. Bear with me a second. So while it continues to pair up with my Wi-Fi, check for relevant updates, let's just do a little tour of the device. Down on the right hand side we have a power on button. Up the top we've got what looks to be a mic, or it could be a infrared port. I'll need to double check the specs. That's your mic there. Slightly flat top, which is nice. On the bottom you've got a speaker port, USB type C 2.0. Looks like another sort of weird hole there. I'm guessing that's a microphone. SIM card slot. And then on the left hand side, volume up and down. Those OnePlus aficionados will have noticed that there is no alert slider on here. This is a feature that they have said they weren't able to build this in due to the amount of stuff they've crammed into this phone. So if we quickly just skip through these last steps, inside the phone we have got we have 256 gig of storage, and we have, I believe this is the 16 gig RAM version. Yes, it is. It is also available as an 8 gig RAM, 12 gig RAM, and 128 gig of RAM. Sorry, 128 gig of storage. 128 gig of RAM would be crazy. Most importantly though, this is running the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 mobile platform, which is purported to be up to I believe it's between 10 and 20% faster than the previous gen Snapdragon 8. However, I'm going to just confirm that for you now. We are also running a slightly smaller battery than that of the 10, in that it is a 4800 amp battery, but this also does support, as I mentioned earlier, that really fast 150 watt charging speed with the brick. So yeah, the performance is meant to be off the charts. It is something we will be testing during the review. So up to 10% faster GPU clock speeds and support for HDR gaming. CPU speeds are 30% improved power efficiency over the previous gen. It will also support 5G speeds of up to 10 gigabits per second. If you can get that, good luck. And that's via the Qualcomm X65 5G modem. In terms of cooling, this has a lot of cooling tech built into it, and apparently has an increase of 50% improved heat dissipation compared with regular graphite, because it's a 3D graphite system, and it uses a cryo velocity vapor chamber, which is the largest vapor changer in a OnePlus device of any size. It also features the HyperBoost gaming engine, which is something I will be looking to test, and this will be the launch device for OnePlus's new Oxygen OS 12.1, which I will do a little bit more on once I've got the phone set up and running. So let's just finish these last steps off. Turn the font size down because I like my font small. Apply that, and I'm going to use navigation gestures, and we'll turn on auto update overnight. So there you have it, the OnePlus 1T in all its glory. There is now some new changes to the software, which will become apparent as I navigate through the phone. There's a couple of pre-installed apps, but nothing too extreme there. But I'm really looking forward to getting into this phone and testing it. This is something I'm familiar with seeing from Realme, where whenever you go into a third-party app that isn't Google, it asks you to agree to everything. Hardly surprising, given the associations that there is there. So yeah, on your first accessing of pretty much all your apps, you're going to have this prompt come up, which, if you're expecting it, it's not anything too major. So there's an update apparently, but we'll do that later on. As for fluidity of the display, seems pretty nippy so far. I've just got this out of the box, so I don't know what's actually set up out of the box, but this will all be found out more when I dive into the phone for the review. I'm particularly keen on seeing how this SuperVOOC charging works, as I was really impressed with what I saw from the previous Realme device I was looking for, but also how the intelligent charging looks after your battery as well. It is a dual battery design, just to let you know, and it is multi-safety guaranteed. Hi guys, sorry, just a little add-on to the end of that video, as my phone got too hot and stopped recording it. The joys of a Pixel 6, they say. So this phone has a multi-antenna design, so it's a 360-degree antenna, which is probably why we are seeing this glass stick style back. There is no antenna lines anywhere around the edge of the phone. So that's pretty much everything I've got to go through on the OnePlus 10T. I'm going to be doing a full review. I'm going to be using it as my daily driver, so hopefully it will go well. If you like this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe, all the usual. If on the other hand it sucked, then yeah, do what you want. Full review will be up on Coolsmartphone.com as and when I can publish it. And enjoy. Thanks very much. Bye.